Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to begin by always thanking God for the opportunity to read for all of you. And I want to thank all of you who have been here. At this time, I am not requesting any donations. I just ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Any comments will help me improve the reading. It'll give me confirmation that the reading rings true for you in one way or another. Remember, this is a timeless reading, and it could be past, present, or future. And whatever's for you is for you, and whatever's not is not. So you need to learn discernment to make those proper adjustments in your life. Okay, first, I want to begin by reading out of the Bible because my last reading, I ran out of time. So, okay. So I'm guided to read Micah 7, Israel's misery. What misery is mine? I am like one who gathers summer fruit at the gleaning of the vineyard. There is no cluster of grapes to eat, none of the early figs that I crave. The godly have been swept from the land. No one upright man remains. All men lie in wait to shed blood. Each hunts his brother with a net. Both hands are skilled in doing evil. The ruler demands gifts. The judge accepts bribes. The powerful dictate what they desire. They all conspire together. The best of them is like a briar, the most upright worse than a thorn hedge. The day of your watchman has come, the day God visits you. Now is the time of their confusion. Do not trust a neighbor, put no confidence in a friend. Even with her who lies in your embrace, be careful of your words. For a son dishonors his father, a daughter rises up against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the members of his own household. But as for me, I watch and hope for the Lord. I wait for God, my Savior, my God will hear me. Okay, and that is Israel's misery, Micah 7:1 through 7:7. So 7:1-7 might resonate for you. I think that's like Philadelphia, PA zip code or area code. 717-177. Okay, 711. However it resonates for you. So that's Micah 7:1 through 7:7. Okay. So next I want to talk about the miracles now. I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. So fear, as you have heard from other readers as well as myself, fear is just an illusion. Okay, so when your gut feeling tells you to do something and you share that information with other people, they don't really understand where you're coming from because it's your gut feeling about a situation. And they can be energetically guided to give you negativity to make you not trust your fears. Not to trust your gut, to follow your fears. They instill fear to keep you from doing what's right for you, so forth and so on, however it resonates. So moving forward, we want to always trust our gut reaction. And if we have that gut feeling, to share it with others, as it read in Micah, is anyone that's in your household can deceive you. Okay. It said the mother will be betrayed by the daughter-in-law or the daughter. The father will be betrayed by the son. And these are lessons that we need to learn, and we need to be discerning, but we need to do it out of love. So I'm actually going through that right now with actually many of my relatives, as well as my daughter. And she hasn't, I think she knows the truth, but she's just not able to face it. So I have to kind of let her be and let her find her way, but be there energetically and, send her love, send her healing energy, send her confidence, send her the ability to discern, and always send her love. So that works for me. That kind of frees me from any guilt. And the guilt that I have to work through on my own. And I have to also discern myself whether, like, why am I still holding on to this guilt? We can't change what happened yesterday. All we can do is move forward from today. And we can apologize, and we can make changes in our own life until they're ready to see you, until they're ready to look at themselves, is when, I feel like God is working on her. I feel like God is nudging her, and God is trying to tell her to love herself more. Okay? All right, so out of my handwritten cards, I have one song came out. So this is Creed. What's this life for? And it says, you don't have to settle the score. So if we're out for revenge, I just saw 717. If we're out for revenge, then revenge is going to be out for us. Okay, so the best way, I really had a hard time understanding this before, and it wasn't really revenge. It was like I wanted so much to protect who I stood for. And, I wanted to actually fight for what I believe. And we're not here to prove to anyone that we are who we say we are. The truth will come out in the end. And when we pray to God, when I don't really actually pray every day, but I do thank God every day. And the reason why I feel like sometimes I'll say a prayer for all of you, the collective. I'll say prayers for people who are in need. But, there are things that I could use. There are things that I would like to have. But I don't pray for those things. I pray really for other people, because I know that God is appreciating that at least there's one person in this world that does spend a certain amount of time being thankful and trying to walk the good path, the good, honest, truthful path. And God knows that I'm not perfect by far, but I pray for others because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. And so you don't have to settle the score. There's only one king. And that would take me to, say, like the Middle East. There's certain religion, whatever it is over there, and they're always up at arms against each other. And we're not supposed to be here battling. We're supposed to be living the most peaceful life that we can. So let me move forward so I don't run out of time. Okay, so the next card is Temperance is all around you. So when you choose that, You make it so. So I know that temperance is considered like the Sagittarius card, but let me just look up temperance as the meaning. Okay, it has many definitions. Moderation, the practice of controlling one's actions, thoughts, or feelings through moderation or restraint. It can also refer to the ability to manage habits and avoid excess. It could mean abstinence from alcohol, the practice of using little to no alcohol, or abstaining from it entirely. Regarding tarot, the temperance card is often depicted as a person pouring a liquid from one container to another. It represents the virtue of temperance and is associated with moderation, economy, and frugality. The temperance movement was a culture aspect shared by all of the American colonies. The movement led to the ratification of the 18th Amendment in 1919, which prohibited the production, transportation, and sale of alcohol in the U.S. Prohibition lasted until 1933. So as it's like the communist countries, they dictate how people actually live and what's available to them, I believe. But can you imagine what this world would be like, at least the U.S.? And I think I have a couple followers like from the U.K. and Asia, but for the U.S., that's where most of you are watching from. And can you imagine what it would be like if nobody drank alcohol? Like, alcohol's good for occasions. It's good for special occasions, but it's not to be that you walk in a drunken state. So that's where temperance comes in, I believe, for regarding alcohol. Okay, so you are a true angel. This community attempted to portray your hidden actions as skanky. Everyone knows who's skank and not. So it's very possible that who I'm reading for truly is an angel. Someone who lights up the room when he or she walks through. Someone who has a good listening ear. Someone who always gives the best advice. And someone out there, or people out there, have tried to make the community see you in a different light. So those people who usually cast that kind of negativity out, they're usually the ones that are doing everything that they're portraying a true angel to be doing. Okay, gaslighting. And I wrote mentally broken about acknowledging. So let's look at gaslighting. Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic that involves causing someone to question their own reality, perceptions, or memory. The gaslighter's goal is to gain power and control over the victim by making them question their own judgment and intuition. Techniques. Gaslighters may use tactics such as contradicting themselves, making ambiguous statements, or denying the victim's experiences. The impact. Gaslighting can cause the victim to become dependent on the abuser and emotionally frazzled. Prevalence. Gaslighting is most common in romantic relationships, but it can also occur in family or workplace relationships. The origin. The term comes from the 1938 play Gaslight, in which a husband tries to convince his wife she is going insane by dimming the gas lights in their home. Some examples of gaslighting phrases include, "I don't know what you heard, but I never said that." "You are way too sensitive. There's no need to overreact." "I cannot believe you are questioning me about this again. You are the one lying, not me." Okay? So I've seen that in my life. I've seen family members go back and forth with all of this. I've seen it in my own life where people try to say I was crazy. People say she's pretending to be something she's not, telling other people whatever. Anyway, so gaslighting, just be aware of that when you're talking to people, and it's not something to be paranoid about. It's just something to be aware of. Okay, so where are we headed? We're trying to get to a new world order. And I shouldn't say trying. I should say we are working towards getting a new world order. What exactly is a new world order? For me, I believe that a good new world order would be, with how laws are regulated and so forth and so on. It used to be back in the days that the victim was protected and the perpetrator had to prove innocence. And that still does ring true, but sometimes the victim is actually the victim, and they get victimized by the courts. And it's as if the perpetrator is the one that's being protected, because it's the proof. The proof gets pushed over to the victim saying, you need to prove that happened. So I've actually had that in my life, not me personally, but the story in my mind is I have a relative who said that someone sexually assaulted her, and people jumped to one side or the other. And I say, this is what my answer to it is I love them both, but why would a woman say that? Why would she say that? So about another relative. The truth is that happens a lot, and it's not spoken about. So the New World Order would be people are going to speak up. People are going to stand up for what they believe, and they're not going to do it in a way that is revengeful. They're going to just be standing in their truth. So that is one way I think about it. Another way I think about it is I have a friend who said, her house was left to her, and it was videotaped, and it was all written out, and that way none of her siblings could squabble about it, and that it was concrete. And I say, that's good for you, I say, but like my grandmother, she said what she said, and everybody knows what she said. So it was manipulated to where, because she's passed away now, that what she said doesn't really matter. When we honor our ancestors, we have to remember the words that were spoken. And we have to remember that in order to honor our ancestors, we have to be truthful about it. And we cannot wear blinders. We cannot unsee what we already see. So what I explained to the girl was, she's like, well, your grandma did it wrong. I said, no, my grandma did it right, because it gave everybody the opportunity to follow her words of her wishes, and you could choose to follow it or you could choose to go against it. So when you choose to go against your ancestors, and the words that you already know, that'll eat at you, whether you are a narcissist or not, whether you are greedy or not, whatever the situation is. If you do something that you know your ancestors don't want you to do, it's going to put you in a horrible state where you can't have peace and you can't have happiness in your life. And, and then there's the family curses. If you go against what you know is right, then it's a family curse that is carried on through your generations until people start standing up. Anyways, so the next card I have is mutual yet different. No two people are exactly alike. So can you imagine, like, if you met someone and you're like, oh, you're my person. That person might feel the same way. But what I'm saying, when I wrote this card, I believe, is there's two people that see things in the same way, but they could be from different sides of the track. They could be from different continents. I couldn't really imagine being with someone where we're exactly the same. Like, we both see things exactly the same. I wouldn't want someone to want to be with me and see everything that I see, but not speak about what they really see. And at the same time, it has to do with that mutual respect and the mutual acceptance of each other, and moving forward. So however this resonates for you, mutual yet different, no two people are exactly alike. Those that treat you right return the same energy. Those who don't treat you right, again, you can say return to sender, but you don't want to take on their essence. If they're not treating you right, you don't want to be cruel to them. You don't want to go out of your way to try to manipulate them. But those who treat you right return the same energy. So kind of a little bit at somewhat of a crossroad, and that is, I have a dear friend who's been so good to me, and she wanted me to come out for the holidays, and my dog ended up getting sick, so I couldn't make it out there, and she's like, well, stop by. And I guess what I'm saying is, you all might think I'm not asking for donations, so I'm well off. And in this world, I'm getting by, and that's by God's grace. So that's why I feel like God is going to bless me in the future. And there's reasons why I'm not asking for any donations. And, that's something that God has guided me to do. And this has nothing to do with other readers, like a comparison. Oh, well, Living Divinity doesn't ask for donations and everybody else asks for donations. There may come a time when I do ask for donations, but at this time I just feel like I want to be there for all of you. And I want to read for you the cards as they show up. And I want you to be able to take the energy that you need out of the cards, out of the reading, that that is going to enhance your life. But always return the same energy. You know, those people that service you, you know, when you go to the gas station and you know, although they're getting paid for doing their job, they're not robots. They're people with spirits. So you want to say thank you, and you want to say have a good day, and you know, that kind of thing. Good morning. So okay, so the last card I have is the Judgment card, which is a 20. And that has to do with balance. So Judgment can cause a rebirth, renewal, rejuvenation. It's a call to new life. Okay? So when Judgment is called, you know, we don't, casting a judgment, well, you know, we shouldn't associate with her because whatever. To me, that's a judgment. But when you're deciding that you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to say, what is it in my life that I need a rebirth on, that I need a renewal, that I need to rejuvenate? And I want a new life. I want a better life. So call judgment on yourself. Figure out, you know, you can do that by journaling. You can do that by meditation. You can do that by walking on the beach solely by yourself in a quiet, kind of meditative, you know, mindset. And you can take time for yourself and figure out, hey, you know, 3 decades ago I was this. And I've had judgment called on me. Not because someone out there called judgment on me, because I chose to look at myself and say, is this really the life that I want? Is this really what I want to do with my life? And, you know, you call judgment on yourself and you make changes. Granted, not always do we make the changes in the right steps, but I'm saying to you today is that if you're calling for a change in your life, make sure that you do the steps in the correct way, that it doesn't come back to bite you later. All right, so that's the end of those cards. Now, my love cards. Love can bring in patience. So when you really love someone, your patience sometimes might get thin, right? Like you're holding on by a little string and you're saying, I'm still waiting for you. I'm still hoping that you're going to change. Well, you know, you could be holding on to that string for a long time. And say regarding like my daughter, I speak harsh truth to her because she needs to hear it. And I don't try to belittle her, although she might twist the words or she might receive it kind of like that. But deep in her heart, she knows that I really do love her. My patience, it's not really wearing thin. It's, I have to have patience and acceptance that, you know, she'll open the door again. And I'm not sure what really happened. I can only tell you that I really enjoyed my time with her, and when I got back, I haven't heard from her since. So I can't do anything that I don't have any information, right? There's nothing I can do but just be patient and accept that she's not ready to talk. So I think some truths came out that I let her know, and I let her know that I didn't appreciate her trying to use me, and that for her to never do that again. And that's a whole nother story, but it doesn't mean I don't have love for her. Doesn't mean that I don't care for her. Doesn't mean I don't want the best for her. I know that she grew up in a certain way, and some things that I still don't understand. Why she would feel like she's choosing one or the other, and that's me or her dad, or I don't really know, because she doesn't really speak highly of her dad, so I'm assuming that when she's with him she doesn't speak highly of me. So I can only tell her I never badmouthed you. I always wanted the best. I always prayed for you to have a good life. And I let her know, that the distance really didn't mean anything to me, in the way that my love for her has never changed. So I just saw 3131. So let me look up that angel number real quick. See if that number comes up. And I'll just read a little piece if it does. Okay. 3131 signifies a period of positive change, abundance, and good fortune coming your way. It's a message from your angels to stay optimistic and embrace the magic unfolding in your life, encouraging you to manifest your desires and trust that you are on the right path towards achieving them. Positive affirmation. This number is a strong reminder to maintain a positive mindset and focus on your goals, as your thoughts and actions are powerful tools for manifestation. New beginnings. Seeing 3131 could indicate the start of a new chapter in your life filled with opportunities for growth and progress. Creative expression. Number 3 is associated with creativity and self-expression, so 3131 encourages you to share your unique talents and gifts with the world. Divine support. Your angels are with you, providing guidance and support as you navigate through this positive phase. Abundance and prosperity. This number signifies that blessings and abundance are flowing into your life, both materially and spiritually. So, okay, if that rings true for you, congratulations. Stay positive. Remember that any negative thoughts, you throw them out. For me, regarding my daughter, I just have to stay positive and know that energetically she knows that I love her, and that she will find her healing that she needs, and she will really dive deep, and she will really try to work on herself and not have an ego to keep her from healing herself. Okay, love can bring in your soul tribe. Love can bring in a beautiful garden. That's what you grow, right? Love can cause jealousy. And love can cause sadness. So with those two cards coming in, after reading the 3131, I can see that what happens is God is testing people in your life right now. And those who are not for you are not for you. So to return the same energy, that's really difficult to do. If my daughter's closing the door, how could I close the door too? So out of the love for her, it can bring sadness, right? For both of us. As far as the jealousy, I've never been jealous of anyone, because it must be something my grandmother instilled or my siblings instilled, is don't compete with anybody, And even both my husbands, when they married me, they thought I was, this beautiful, whatever, however, they never really even said, all the words of how they felt about me, right? They just said that they loved me and they wanted to marry me. And so what happens is people become jealous of the energy that you two share together. So that's where it can cause jealousy. Because if they see that, wow, he really loves her and she really loves him, and everybody could see it, right? How come I can't have that kind of love? How come I can't bring in that man or woman that just makes my heart flutter? So then if they want to be manipulative, then they'll say, oh, I can get in between them. So, some floozy or some player, some whatever, guy or girl, right, that sees a connection and they can't have it, so they want to destroy it. So love can bring in sadness when, for example, you're with someone and you both have that connection. And then someone gets in between you and they think that they can kill that love that you two share. When in the end, the third party gets left out in the cold and that person comes back to you, or you go back to that person, however it fits for you. So love can bring in sadness for the person. Okay, let me see. For the third party, it could bring in sadness because they thought they could kill a love and make their own love between you, your person and them. When in fact, this could be a love that, after days, weeks, months, years, those two people still love each other. So the person who is leaving the third party to be with you, that person might be struggling because maybe that person loves the third party in certain ways and loves you in certain ways. So the person leaving the third party could feel, a bit sad. But it could definitely leave the third party feeling sad. So we never want to kind of demean a person. We never want to make them feel bad because you choose someone else, or however it fits for you. The last card is love can catapult your life. So as we read 31:31, as we read Micah 7, right? I don't make these readings up. Okay, I pull the cards, I flip through the Bible, I do the angel numbers. So the thing is about card pulling. You have a choice to believe the cards that are coming out in your own life and apply it. Is this really me that they're talking about? Remember to throw out any negativity in your life. Keep your house clean, keep yourself clean, keep your mind clean, your body clean, your spirit clean. Okay? So moving forward, I have some cards out of the Tattoo Tarot. So I have the High Priestess. Do we know who she is? Let me read it for you so you can determine how this fits in your story. So that's another 2. We had a 2 earlier. Oh, that was Judgment. Was a 20. Okay, so you might be seeing 222 or 221 or 220. Okay. The High Priestess. Moon goddess, deep knowledge, intuition, foresight, intelligence, enlightenment, understanding, wisdom, science, education, inspiration, mystery, divination, prophecy, sanctuary, pride, egotistical, surface knowledge, emotional instability, unforgiving. Okay, so I would say the negative is if they're turned upside down. Okay, so next we have the devil, which is a 15, which turns out to be 6, which has to do with harmony, although it is the devil card. Mystical, magic, astral plane experiences, strange occurrences, prophecy, fate, catastrophe, downfall, negative attitude, temptations, deadly sins, obsession, enslavement, bondage, false spirit, misplaced loyalty, violence, fatality. The next is the King of Swords. Businessman, judge, lawyer, doctor, advisor, authority, power, superiority, experience, justice and fairness, military intelligence, analytical, fixed opinions, controlling nature, dictator, ruthless, conflict, harshness, barbarity, tyranny. Okay, then we have the Two of Cups. Again, there's another 2. Partnership, a harmonious match, 2 hearts, a couple, soulmate, ability and willingness to compromise, need to agree, teamwork benefits, 2 heads are better than 1. The Three of Wands. Strength in numbers, business, cooperation and success, busy times, being on the go, established strength, troubles ending, ceasefire, ships coming in, mixed loyalties, occasional disappointments, and the last is the Knight of Wands. On the move, travel, flight, departure, disruption, altered plans, home modifications, new address, moving abroad, absence, away from home, strangers, arrival, upsetting the status quo. Okay, so when I read that about the Knight of Wands, I feel like this High Priestess the High Priestess possibly saw someone acting in a devilish way. And this person could be one of tyranny. And somewhere there's 2 cups of love. Okay. And then it has to do with partnerships. And another card regarding partnerships. And the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is on the move. So it kind of makes me feel, again, there's 3 court cards. So male, female. Well, you have the High Priestess, you have the Devil, and you have 2 court cards. So it kind of makes me feel like very possibly like the King of Swords doesn't have to be a male or a female, however it fits, right? Maybe he had a choice between a High Priestess and one who is on the devilish side. And he wasn't sure, the cup he shared with. Did he share? Maybe he had love for both of them, the High Priestess and the Devil. Okay. Maybe at one point he was celebrating with either the High Priestess or the Devil, or collaborating, and then he's decided to make a change. Okay, so it could be something like that. All right, so I can't really think of another way it could go right at the moment. So if that resonates for you, now I got the actual angel number that we're going to read. We got the Six of Wands, which has to do with victory. We have the Knight of Swords. I'm going to read that to you. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So let me read these three for you. The Six of Wands. Good news, well-earned victory, hopes and expectations fulfilled, public honor, success that builds future success, honest discussion needed where there has been doubt or apprehension. The Knight of Swords. Dashing, brave, potent defender, expert soldier, marksman, skillful, practiced, astute, attacking, starts battles, courageous hero, prompts action, nips in the bud, recklessness, impulsive errors, and discretion. Okay. And then the Ten of Cups. Great joy, pleasures of life, happy family, peace, contentment, ecstasy, a full heart, being loved and cared for, abuse and violence if turned on its head. So after reading those out of the book and looking at these again, I kind of feel like this Knight of Swords, male or female, wants victory for what he or she feels like is the Ten of Cups. Okay, so that's how I see those three cards. And this Knight of Swords is going to do whatever it takes so that he can have the victory, the Six of Wands, and have hold the Ten of Cups. Okay, so the angel number is 611. I'm going to read that for you. So 3131. Okay, that's still 611. So that resonates again because 3131 is 6 plus 1 plus 1 is 8. And then the 611 turns out to be 8 as well. So that I don't have to go into a long reading, I'm just going to read the first one I get. Angel number 611 signifies positive changes, new beginnings, and a message from your angels to trust your intuition and pursue your goals with confidence. It often indicates the importance of nurturing your relationships and expressing love to those around you, while also signifying that you are on the right path and should allow good things to come into your life. Key interpretations of angel number 611. Positive shifts. Seeing 611 suggests a positive transformation is coming your way, encouraging you to embrace new opportunities with optimism. Focus on relationships. This number highlights the importance of nurturing your connections with loved ones, expressing, appreciating, and fostering harmony. Trust your intuition. Your angels are guiding you to listen to your inner voice and trust your instinct. Manifestation 611 can be a sign that your positive thoughts and intentions are manifesting into reality. Recovery and healing. If you're going through a challenging period, 611 may signify that you are on the path to healing and recovery. Okay, so I have some cards from the mermaids. The first one is positivity. It's so important to stay positive because your present thoughts is going to create your future, right? Dreaming, daydreaming. Pay attention to daydreaming and stay focused on your path. If you're dreaming at night, keep a journal and a like a pad paper and a pen next to your bedside. And if you are having a dream, wake up and you wake up, write it down because you'll forget it in just a little bit. Okay, so someone might be dreaming of a friendship. Someone's being positive. Okay, and they see them in their future. They're holding on to hope. They're accepting whatever's happened has happened. They want to offer you support, or you might want to offer someone support, and it's time to share feelings. Okay? So, moving forward, I have 3 cards from the Archangel. Oh, actually, not 3 cards. Hold on. Got a few cards. Okay. First one is solutions. Archangel Zadkiel. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Next one is Epiphany. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. I talked about meditating, going for a walk by yourself, getting grounded, just having time to really think about what's right for you. Possibly your understanding, everything happens for a reason. You need to, or you already have, released regret, and you want to embrace the opportunity for happiness, and you want to search for the silver lining. Searching for the silver lining is, walking through the fire. You made it out the other end. What did you learn from it? If you focus on, well, that person hurt me, that person stole from me, that person manipulated me, that person created chaos. If you focus on all of that, that's negative. So your next relationship will most likely carry all those characteristics of what you just went through. So when you search for the silver lining, you're able to release, right? What did I learn from it? I was with that person, or I was in that situation, I was at that job. What did I learn from it? And I'm going to search for the best out of it so that I can move forward. The Ten of Ariel talks about it's a time to be very grateful. That financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. The King of Ariel comes out, successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well, professional and financial success, using resources wisely. The Star, Archangel Jophiel, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. The Nine of Gabriel, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility, environmental activism. And the last is King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. So although those are 2 kings, again, I think I had that before. It could be guy, it could be guy, girl, it could be girl, guy, or it could be girl, girl. In any event, there are 2 court cards that come out. So it's very possible that the woman has been, been the one to take care of themselves, been the one to be the go-getter, be, the one that takes care of the house, provides, gets the bills paid, searches for new opportunities, takes advantage of new opportunities in a way that is respectful, that both the giver and the taker are both giving and taking, and vice versa. Okay, so gonna go to the Psychic Tarot. We have deception and envy. Again, people might see that someone's coming back to you and they're really jealous and upset that they couldn't, their deception didn't work. Okay. You are choosing to find the silver lining, and you are taking wisdom out of a bad situation. You're understanding that your intuition is only for you, and if you have any questions, you should be asking your archangels, your ancestors. Speak to God on a daily basis, and you will get your answers. Again, Micah 7 talks about all those in your own family will betray you. I don't know why that is, but it's like the chosen ones, right? They already see that you energetically are fit to do bigger and better things than they did, and they don't want you to outdo them. And they're in competition with you. You're not in competition with them. Okay, so we have the heart chakra. I'm just going to pull all the chakras out real quick. We have the sacral chakra, and we have the crown chakra. So someone's going to end up with heartache and loss because it sounds like the third party. And whoever's coming your way is standing their ground because they're coming for you. Okay, so the chakras real quick. We have the heart chakra is I love. Parallel to the heart, the chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with spirit. So then the sacral chakra is I want. Known as the sacral chakra, the second chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. To keep this chakra balanced and its energy flowing, try dancing, moving your hips and lower abdomen. Use a color meditation and practice yoga. Express your sexuality and nurture yourself. And remember, you do matter. And the last is crown chakra. I know. The crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. The chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's a connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance the chakra, I find that meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. So either someone is guided to study these and practice it in your own life, or maybe you've already mastered those. So you would still have the base chakra and the solar plex chakra and the throat chakra and the third eye chakra to work on. So they say all of them need to be worked on together. So maybe you've mastered these and you have to work on the others, or you've mastered the others and these are the ones you need to work on, and get them all working in tune. Okay. So let's see. I have some cards from the Akashic Tarot, but I'm not going to have time to read it out of the book. Okay. So Uriel and the Sphinx has to do with all the times that you've dived deep, you've gone deep into your inner self, right? And what happens is life comes and it blows a sandstorm all over you, right? So again, you have to clear out the area and you have to research maybe other things in your life, but you already know how to do it. And so many times do we get into a sandstorm and we learn to dig ourselves out. The Seven of Keys has to do with the ascent. It has to do with this guy having the equipment. You know, he's got the rope. He already has the rebar in the stone to climb up, but it still takes his skill and ability and strength and courage and bravery to get to the top. Four of Scrolls has to do with the karmic trench. Every time we go into the karmic trench, it's to teach us something. So to get out of the karmic trench, we can just climb out. But what are we going to do about how did we get there? Are we going to accept? Are we going to acknowledge our part? Are we going to take the higher road and say, hey, you know, I'm not going to seek revenge? Are we going to understand that nobody's perfect, that you can still love someone, but if they keep pulling you, or both of you keep pulling each other into the karmic trench and nothing is resolved, then well, you could spend your life in the karmic trench. So the King of Roses is here to tell someone that that's what they want to give them, love. They want to do what's necessary because they see you as everything. The will, wisdom, and mind has to do with the Celtic knot. And it has to do with water and fire. So it could very well be, you could be water, your person could be fire, right? Or vice versa. And the crown, you know, to have the crown for both of you, you have to balance that out, because someone might be hot-headed and someone might just have the capability of putting out the fire, just as well as the fire person has the ability to burn the house down. Okay. The Buddha prepares has to do with the meditation, the spiritual progress where you're at. So it's very well that right now you could be the teacher and you have the students behind you that you're trying to assist in finding the light within themselves, or vice versa. So you could be the teacher or you could be the student. The One of Forces, the Akashic Field. Well, isn't that a beautiful sight? The Akashic Field, to energetically be able to go through the Akashic Field and to get to your Akashic records and to see, you know, God's trying to guide you onto your path on what it is in your new beginning. So the forces are with you as you choose, right? If you choose good forces, if you choose bad forces. If you believe that there's a devil, you have to believe there's a God. If you believe there's a God, you have to believe there's a devil. You have to believe good and bad exist. The Eight of Roses has to do with collaboration. So it's very well that your soul tribe's coming in, and you're going to know them when you see them. You're going to have a lot in common, and what you're going to really have is respect, mutual respect, mutual acceptance, mutual love. And you have to have all of that within you to be able to share it with others. The Four of Roses is not really destroying your ego, but don't let your ego make choices for you.